Medical, Group 4. Research done by Carter, Peyton, and Addison. Presenting, I, Michael Ray Himes, Parker, and Nick. We're in a global fight with COVID-19 at the moment, and our company is in a fight to expand our output in order to meet the demand for medical equipment that is desperately needed in today. Here is what we're going to have to do to accomplish this goal. We want our products to be available to the public, as we want everybody to be able to take part in available safety precautions so they can continue to stay safe during this crisis. We must come up with a way to produce more face masks, gowns, gloves, while keeping every product safe and uncontaminated. However, even with our enhanced workforce and all-time high production rates, we want to make sure that the essential businesses such as hospitals, restaurants, pharmacies, grocery stores, etc., have priority over our products for their hardworking employees. After we're certain that the essential businesses in Milledgeville are capable of providing their employees with enough of our products to maintain a safe community, we will then turn to retailing our products for stores to sell to customers who want to stay safe. We want our products to be in stock and available for sale at every grocery store and pharmacy in Milledgeville. We also expect these businesses to properly advertise these items, as well as place limits on how much a single customer can buy at a time, and give everybody an equal opportunity at staying safe during this pandemic. And I'm going to pass it off to Nick to expand on further marketing strategies and safety precautions.
Some of these safety precautions to be taken are going to be washing your hands as provided by OSHA.gov. Washing your hands, every employee will be required to do this to prevent the spread of any germs. Coughing into your elbows is another very important method in removing all germs and the possibility of having these viruses get in the way. Some more safety features will be not touching your eyes and face, because germs will spread to hands and face, and particles are not going to be there when we don't want them there. It's very important to keep these things away from your face. The proper use of personal protection equipment, also known as PPE, is very important. Some examples of PPE are face masks, face shields, gloves, and respirators. These are all provided by OSHA.gov. Some more safety features to be taken account of will be staying at home, because if you're sick or you're around anyone who has been sick, you should stay home and isolate yourself. Safety briefings on how to use PPE will be very important. All employees will be subject to a virtual safety training before coming to work. That way they know how to use their designated PPE. Again, washing your hands. We couldn't say this enough because it is very important. Anytime you use your PPE, take it off, or anytime you touch a doorknob or any other public access, it is required to wash your hands. Now, our marketing strategy is very clear. We're going to be marketing our products to the hospitals around us in a safe and very friendly way. We're going to guarantee these things. By producing the hospital's masks, we are a very safe and dependable source. We've gone through these things to make a COVID-19 test mandatory for all of our potential workers. Machinery in particular, created in the N95 masks, has grown and has become more and more productive, as gloves will be implemented into the order to increase our production as well as the efficiency to make it the best we can. We're going to be marketing our products to the hospitals a few different ways. Assuming it'll be hard for any of us to get workers willing to take a test in order to prove that they will be having negative tests for the virus, with a great number of people being laid off, our jobs in our company will be giving many people in our society a job, and it will help our local economy. This is very vital to the process in which making these gloves will not only save lives, but it will also save our economy. It is very important that all social distancing will be taken account for, and all of our employees must be required to be socially distant while away from all of the work. How are we going to produce our marketing products to hospitals? Well, first, We'll be selling our supplies to the hospitals at a price about half of other regular prices. This way, hospitals will be able to afford and buy the supplies they need to. We'll be selling to the public in order to create a safer community, while also investing in our profit so the company will be able to increase productivity. We're willing to help our essential workers in any way possible. Next, we will be having Parker talk about different businesses and conclude our presentation.
Thanks, Nick. So throughout history, whenever there's a massive event that causes supply and demand shifts, such as like wars, or in this case, a pandemic, there's always a combined multi-front effort to combat the shortage. An example of this is like in World War II, there are almost always companies that specialize in one thing or in one industry that overnight, due to the event, have to completely alter and increase their means of production. So one example is in World War II, there were multiple companies that before the war specialized in certain things like consumer goods that overnight had to literally change their factories and machinery and their means of production so that they could start producing war equipment or military equipment to help meet the new shortage. And that is exactly what's happening right now in this pandemic. This pandemic, as Trump said, is essentially a war. So during this pandemic, there have been multiple companies, some that are relatively affiliated with medical equipment and some that have absolutely no affiliation, that have already altered and increased their means of production. So one of these companies is 3M, which is a multinational conglomerate that is worth about $32 billion. And they have already recognized that there is a shortage in the supply. Luckily for them, they do specialize in worker safety already. However, in meeting and recognizing this new shortage, they have already nearly doubled their production of N95 respirators. And in working with the Trump administration, they have already put into place plans to import approximately 150 million masks over the next 3 months. And once the supply and the demand issues are resolved within the United States, there are also further plans to begin exporting these masks throughout the globe. So another company, and this one falls under the realm of has zero affiliation with medical supplies, is Tesla. Tesla is obviously a electronic or electric car manufacturer, has nothing to do with medical supplies. However, the CEO of Tesla, Elon Musk, they have already begun producing masks to help send out to hospitals absolutely free of charge. They have also begun producing BPAP machines also being sent out to hospitals free of charge. How have they done this? Simple. They take the scrap metal, which they have from producing their cars, and they have slightly altered the machinery within their factories to take the scrap metal and begin producing the medical equipment. So well done, Tesla. And now we have a third example, which also falls under the realm of has nothing to do with medical supplies, is Apple, the large manufacturer of electronics such as cell phones and tablets. Apple has already produced about 20 million or so units of masks, half of which have been sent out to hospitals for free. Apple has also begun designing their own mask respirators, which will be sent out throughout the globe to help with the crisis. So, in conclusion, we have plans to ensure that we will have all the demand and the supply met with safe, uncontaminated equipment. We have already increased our workforce by hiring more people, and we have subjected all of them to a coronavirus test to ensure that they come back negative before they start work. We have many safety procedures in place for once they do begin work, they will not spread or contract the virus, and therefore they will not contaminate any of our medical supplies. And we do have plans to produce not only for the hospitals, but also equipment for the public. And as a gesture, and because of the horrific times we find ourselves in, all supplies that have any relation to the coronavirus that we are producing for hospitals will be sold at approximately half price to help these hospitals stay afloat in these trying times. And lastly, as we have already seen with multiple companies such as Tesla and Apple that have absolutely no affiliation with medical supplies, these companies have managed to alter and increase their production almost overnight. So us, Milledgeville Medical, a medical supply company, will have absolutely no issue doing the exact same. From all of us here at Milledgeville Medical, we want to wish everyone safety and well-being in this trying time. And we want to thank you for listening to our presentation.